Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing this Rolex Oyster Perpetual Cosmograph Daytona, reference 116518. You can see and you can purchase this yellow gold Cosmograph Daytona with in-house caliber and factory diamond set dial on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with accessories included in the sale, high resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this Rolex Cosmograph Daytona. Now, this timepiece is the classical 40mm modern automatic winding chronometer Daytona. Essentially the same profile and aesthetic since 1988. Rolex struck gold, in this case yellow gold, right off the bat with this design, so it's had very little need to change. All of the upgrades are internal. Now, the watch is 40mm across the round of the case, not inclusive of chronograph pushers, crown, or crown guard. The watch is also slim, only 12mm thick with a generously sloped sapphire and bezel. It easily slides underneath a dress cuff. It's an ideal companion for upscale formal attire, yet with 100-meter water resistance. Swap this out to a water-resistant strap and you have a full-featured sports watch with a South Beach sensibility. From lug to lug, it's quite compact. 47.5mm makes the watch far more wearable on smaller wrists. The conventional Daytona on bracelet is easy enough to wear on a small forearm, as it's never been overtaken by the super case tendencies of modern Rolex references. But on the strap, the watch wears even more compact, such that I believe a 13.5cm wrist will have no trouble wearing this watch with security and style. Now, it does have a nice heft to it because Rolex is a devotee of the solid caseback, and when you have a solid gold Rolex, you have a solid gold caseback. It weighs considerably more and is worth considerably more than sapphire, so there's nice heft on the wrist. The strap is a beautiful bolstered light brown alligator leather with a contrasting stitch. You can see, thanks to the end piece link that closes the gap to the case, it has a very coherent aesthetic with no daylight showing through. So it's basically just as handsome and integrated in its look as the bracelet-born Daytonas. There's no sense of an incomplete or unrealized watch or partially realized design effort. Rolex leaves no T uncrossed, no I undotted. Now, it is a flexible and pliant strap giving way to a substantial Rolex folding buckle. Clamshell action, it remains extremely crisp and the tolerances remain superb. Again, this is a high F-series serial number, so figure roughly 2004 for this watch. Modern in-house caliber generation. The mass of that yellow gold clasp nicely counterweights the watch, so if you're of a persuasion to wear your watches loose on the wrist, this one, because of the counterweight at the bottom, isn't inclined to move around or try to capsize and porpoise. It's good to have a heavy clasp to balance out a heavy watch head. All sensuous compound curves, beautifully finished, all to a high gloss. In 40mm, yellow gold is just about ideal. It doesn't play well in exceptionally large cases, but with these proportions and outright dimensions, it's a perfect match. You can see the tachymetric scale bezel graduated up to 400 units per hour. After all, this is the watch for the winners of the 24 Hours of Daytona. Now, they're more likely to receive steel or two-tone, so you can actually live a little bit better than a race car driver, while nevertheless imbibing of the same glorious tradition. Now, the watch features factory set diamonds on yellow gold indices across the dial. It's a beautiful contrast and a subtle one between yellow gold and the white of the dial base, with each of the subregisters in a beautiful golden hue, providing a vivid contrast with the dial. The more massive gold of the subregisters, as well as the hands at center, jump, while the diamonds and the indices blend away at the periphery of the watch. It's actually quite subtle, which is not something you can always say about full gold watches with diamond set dials. Now, inside is the Rolex caliber 4130, 44 joules bidirectional winding, automatic. It was the first of the modern extended power reserve Rolex movements when it debuted in 2000. It has a 70-hour power reserve when it's fully energized. It features COSC-chronometer certification, a full balance bridge, and a free-sprung index, which essentially means it's very shock resistant, keeps good time in the face of vibration and bumps. It also features a Breguet over coil hairspring, which means that it's very resistant to positional or gravitationally induced timing deviation. Protected by screw-down crowns and chronograph pushers, it has 100-meter water resistance. Just again, remember to take care of the strap. And it's important to note that it features both a vertical clutch clutch, and a column wheel. The column wheel, a traditional mechanism making for crisp actuation, the vertical clutch allowing the chronograph to start without jump, a refinement over the previous lateral clutch of the preceding Zenith El Primero-based caliber. One other advantage of the vertical clutch is that you can simply leave the chronograph running with no additional hazard to the watch. If you like the companion of center seconds alongside center minutes and hours, just ignore the subregisters, treat this as center seconds, keep the watch running. Again, vertical clutch, no additional hazard. You can see this quintessential summer beach Rolex and purchase it on our website.